It's December 2025, and I've been filming different sections of the Arroyo Simi for another project. This section that I'm descending down into right now is just east of the Sequoia Avenue Bridge. It's bone dry, as you can see. That's typical for this time of year before the rains come. And the rains did come around Christmas time. And I thought I should take the segments that I filmed before the rain and pair them up with some new segments after the rain and show you what it looks like. Let's start in eastern Simi Valley and work our way west. Right here by Davidson Road is where Hummingbird Creek meets Arroyo Simi. Hummingbird Creek is coming in on the left and Arroyo Simi is on the right. Arroyo Simi in eastern part of Simi Valley is pretty much mostly a concrete channel like you see here. We're still at Davidson Road, and this is the other side of the bridge. We're looking down the channel towards the west. This section in the Arroyo is just east of the Simi train station. This is where the Arroyo takes this S curve and goes underneath the train tracks. This part of the channel is much wider than the part of it before and after the train tracks. I think they make it this wide to slow down the rate of the water that's flowing under the bridge, just to protect the bridge. This section we're going to look at is where the Las Yajas Creek joins the Arroyo. Creek comes out through there. It starts up in the canyon, Las Yajas Canyon, makes its way past the golf course through town, and then comes down through this channel here. We're a little bit further down the channel, right at the place where it joins the Arroyo. We're still in the same general area where the Las Yajas Creek joins the Arroyo. Up until this point, the Arroyo has been this concrete channel with vertical walls. Now we're going to enter a long section where it's a sandy bottom creek with riprap. This was rocks on the side. It's like this through most of the rest of the town until you get to western Simi when you have undeveloped area. We'll get there later. We are now just west of the Tapo Canyon Road Bridge. You can see the bridge to the left. This part of the Arroyo has a really interesting looking V-shaped structure. Not entirely sure what its purpose is, but it must have some purpose because they put it here. Went to a lot of effort. Kind of cool looking. Anyways, not much water yet, but you will see that there will be soon. We're still near Temple Canyon Road. This is a storm drain that collects water in the neighborhood and then feeds it into the Arroyo. Not much happening here right now. There's that V-shaped structure. Just a little bit of water trickling out, again probably just from people watering their lawns. We're now standing on the Sequoia Avenue Bridge, which is the bridge we saw at the beginning of this video. I descended down into the Arroyo about where those two trees are. Not so bone dry now. Now we'll be looking at where the Tapo Canyon Creek joins the Arroyo. This channel that we're looking at here is the Tapo Canyon Creek channel. And it's got a little bit of water, probably from sprinklers again. This is another channel that cuts through the heart of Simi Valley. Always seems to have a little bit of water. Maybe there's some water always coming out of the canyon, or maybe there's always just enough people watering their lawns that there's always a little bit of water. You can tell by the height of the channel walls that this channel is capable of carrying a lot more water than is currently in it right now. This area probably would have looked a lot different if I had come during the height of the storms. Now let's take a look at where the Tapo Canyon Creek joins the Arroyo. This is Tapo Canyon Creek channel coming down from the right. And on the left is Arroyo Simi. It's all dry at this point. This little bit of water that you see here is left over from who knows when. But nothing is really coming down the Arroyo. All this water that you see is Tapo Canyon Creek water, really. Oh, that's new. That wasn't there before. gorgeous looking bird. Temple Canyon Creek seems to double the volume of water in the Arroyo from this point on. No, the bird is still there. Let's take a closer look. Magnificent. Now we're looking at a little bit of the Arroyo just east of the Sycamore Drive Bridge. This is a good place to notice that I am not filming the water level at its peak. You can see the reeds have been bent over, but the water's receded before I filmed this section. We've moved into the western part of the Simi Valley now. This is the Arroyo Road Bridge. As you'll see in a moment, I, for some reason, shot the before video on one side of the Arroyo and the after footage on the other side of the Arroyo, but you'll figure it out. I'm now standing just west of the Madero Road Bridge in western Simi Valley. I think this gray box you see here is a device for measuring the rate of water flowing through the Arroyo. And lastly, here in western Simi Valley, about a quarter mile west of the Madero Bridge, we have where the engineered portion of the Arroyo ends and meets the untouched part of the Arroyo. This part of the Arroyo stretches from the western part of Simi to Moore Park, and then it becomes engineered again. Anyways, here's how it is before the rains.